Hello again and welcome back to another review. Today we are looking at the X Plus Legion Mother from X Plus from Gamera. So, or I should say by X Plus, but whatever. And I recently purchased this off of eBay for about $75 free shipping. And you can probably get this figure for $80 under, so it is one of the cheaper X Plus figures. And I was kind of surprised at how cheap this guy was, because most X Plus figures go for about $300 or sometimes even more than that. And I was kind of surprised to see this big guy there for 70 something. So yeah. Let's go ahead and give a 360 view here. Another thing about this is that, well, you see, I've always kind of wanted a Legion Mother figure for whatever reason. I mean, Legion is not one of my favorite kaiju, but still I've always found the design of her pretty interesting. And it's also one of the most bizarre, but also one of the most interesting kaiju I think I've ever seen. And I was considering on getting the Revoltech one, but the Revoltech one is really, really small. I mean, it's smaller than that of the Pacific Rim figures, and it cost around the same price as this guy. So, to me, this didn't sound worth it. When I could get this guy, who is much bigger and has probably just as much detail, or at least really close to the same amount of detail as the Revoltech Legion. So scaling-wise, I guess I want to say I'd recommend this figure, and I'm going to show you guys some scaling towards the end of the video. But let's go ahead and get started on the articulation. Make sure you guys can see it okay. And then, yeah, it's all good. You just put that right here, so I know not to go to that. So articulation-wise, the head can turn 360. The claws themselves do not move, actually. The waist goes 360. I wouldn't do too much though, because these are kind of, I think, meant just to be display pieces, so I wouldn't play with this guy too much, although he does seem to be very durable. I mean, he's made out of soft, well, not soft, hard vinyl, very hard vinyl. I mean, it almost feels like plastic, it's so hard. So yeah, also the claws go up and down, the crab claws. They do not open up, sadly, but they do go up and down. And the legs here, the large grasshopper-like legs, they go up and down as well. And the claws on the grasshopper legs go 360. Well, most of the legs and arms and stuff do go 360, but they kind of can't because the design of the kaiju kind of limits the movement. So it's not the figure's fault. But, so let's go ahead and dive into detail next. Detail is really, really good. I really like the crest here. It looks really good. Nice detail on the mandibles. Eye looks amazing. I love this blue. I will admit this, the paint apps don't appear to be as good as the Revoltech one, nor is the articulation, but the scaling wise, the scaling is much more appropriate with this figure than it is with the Revoltech one. If you want to put it next to other Bandai or even SH Monster Arts figures. So much better in terms of scaling, this figure is. Really like inside here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but inside here this looks really good. That looks really cool. This looks good. That looks awesome. Let's look at the back. The back looks pretty cool. These look great. Love these. Let's look at this here. That looks pretty cool. Love the tail. I never even noticed the design of the tail because you don't really see it too much in the movie, but that looks really cool. Sides here. Here's the feet. The one thing I do not necessarily like about Legion's design is this, because it kind of looks like he has actual feet. I wish they had just made these like this. Just made them actual spider legs instead of making them like this. I think that would have been cooler. But other than that, I think the design of this kaiju is pretty cool. But yeah. Yeah, not a bad looking figure at all. It's pretty nice detail, and I'd say it's most certainly worth 80 or something bucks. So yeah, that's about it for scaling. I mean, not scaling, detail. Paint apps are really good. They're not great, they're not as good as the Rebel Tech. I mean, they are good. It's a nice kind of gray, bony color. And the paint on the eyes looks really good. It's a nice metallic blue, really stands out. The chest is not as... chest is a nice orange, which is where the Legion soldiers came out in the movie, the flying ones. So yeah, that's about it. Now we're going to do some scaling. Here he is next to Mecha Godzilla. Bandai, big one. Big Mecha Godzilla. Which was a lot cheaper than this guy, but whatever. There you go. So you kind of get the idea. And unfortunately, I do not have a Gamera figure that's, I guess, big enough to be scaled with this guy. But what I do have is I have this little guy. I don't remember where I got this gift from, but I think this is from Gamera too. So, I guess, I was gonna put him on top, but yeah, that's totally how he was in the movie. Yeah, totally. No. Anyway, it's that. Grimlock from Transformers Animated. So you kind of get the idea there. Yep. And then finally we have the Bandai Final Wars Godzilla. And you kind of get, and you know, since most Bandai figures are about this average size, I would say this is pretty well scaled here. I don't know, I wouldn't, So, I mean, if you were to get like a Bandai or an X Plus Gamera, it would probably scale up pretty well with this. I'm probably going to get a Bandai one. The one I want to get is the 1994 Gamera from Guardian of the Universe, but I like the design of that one. But, yeah, so that's probably about it for the X Plus Legion. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and as always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys look forward to my next video, and until next time, bye-bye.